Now, let me say something about infrastructure. It seems to me that infrastructure spending is a very important and good way of stimulating the economy. The challenge will be to do it quickly, to find projects that can be done that have a high social return, that also can be done with the greatest speed possible. I am concerned, as I'm sure many of you are, that these jobs not simply go to high-skilled people who are already professionals or to white male construction workers.
Bob, in that regard, my younger son, Cannon, he is 8. And he now says that he would like to be black. I'm not kidding. He has a lot of advantages to be black as in.
The Marxist billionaire, the Lilliputian Robert Wright, wants to make sure that the stimulus money does not go to white males. White males need not apply. Larry King, being the chameleon lunatic that he has always been, is proud to say his son wants to be black. Now, this is amazing what's going on in the country. Now, couple that with the fact that Obama has broken the bank with executive orders. He's issued 5 executive orders in his first 3 days in office. And I want to ask you, what if a conservative had come to office and had issued 5 executive orders in the first 3 days in office? Tell me what the vermin in the media would be saying today. Tell me what the empty skirts in the media would be saying today. Tell me what the empty suits in the media would be saying today. Tell me what the department store dummies in the media would be saying today if a conservative had passed 5 executive orders in the first 3 days of his tenure. Now let's compare it so you have a comparison. How many executive orders did GW pass in his first 3 days? 0. Clinton 1. George H.W. Bush 0. Ronald Reagan 0. Jimmy Carter 1. Gerald Ford 0. But Obama, the Marxist college professor, is now ruling by decree, bypassing Congress, bypassing the people, and saying, you know what, I'm now king, and I'm going to pass everything through executive order. One of these orders closed the terrorist prison at Guantanamo Bay. Another of his orders prohibited waterboarding of terrorists.
Concerned, as I'm sure many of you are, that these jobs not simply go to high-skilled people who are already professionals or to white male construction workers.
I have frustration. I have rage. Don't confuse rage with frustration. I'm not a chick.
Well, frustration is not good. It's good.
I'm not frustrated at all. I'm enraged. I'm enraged that the leprechaun has rolled over. I'm enraged that the golfer has rolled over. I'm enraged that the false conservatives in the Republican Party have disappeared. I'm enraged that there's only 5 or 6 people left in America daring to say the king has no clothes, and he's leading us into a Cuban-style revolution, and he's using dictatorial processes to demand and to cajole and to reshape America virtually overnight. This is not the mark of a man who wants to have a democracy. This is a man who wants to have a revolution on the order of Fidel Castro.
The kids, right?
I can't converse. I'm sorry. I cannot converse. I'll take a call now. Austin, Texas. Ken, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Hi, Dr. Dissident. I found it ironic that I was in a place where I saw a TV show or television on the wall. I couldn't hear the sound. Obama said we were going to be a moral leader in the world, was the subheader. And
hold on. What you mean? We're not a moral leader right now? You mean Sharia law is moral?
Well, of course.
You mean beating your wife if she won't have sex with you according to Sharia law is moral? That's his idea of morality?
Well, I don't know what his idea of morality is. I know what mine is. And
there is no greater moral nation on earth than this one. No nation on earth has taken in so many immigrants in so short a time and given them so many benefits than this nation. This is the most moral nation in the history of the world. Make no mistake about it. It's only these spoiled, rotten college professors who hate this country. Who hate this country.
was that I read today that he had snubbed the pro-life movement today, who had 200,000 or 300,000 people on the mall. And what is more moral than saving babies? And he refused to talk to them or obviously support them in any way, which is not surprising, but that was ironic.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, but did you expect anything different from a Marxist college professor? This is Dr. Dissident Michael Savage. Call me Dissent. 1-800-449-8255 is the phone number. MichaelSavage.com is the website where I have many of these stories. I'm afraid that he could get away with a revolution and the people wouldn't even know it happened. I believe the people in this country are so moronic and are so clueless as to what freedom actually means, that it is only the dissidents from the other countries who came here, whether it be from the Eastern European bloc 20 years ago, or from Iran 20 years ago, or 10 years ago. It is only the dissidents who I have met who understand the danger we are in. The Asians I've met who lived in Cambodia under the Pol Pot regime. It is only the dissidents who understand what we have become and what we're losing, and that we are no longer a free people, and that we have truly elected a Marxist college professor. I want to remind you that the world has seen what Marxist idealism has done before. In Cambodia, there was a Marxist professor. There was a professor named Pol Pot. Nice man, small man, had a nice family, and he was very polite. He never yelled. He went to Paris and he studied Marxism. He came back to Cambodia and he introduced Marxism to Cambodia. Within a short period of time, he unleashed a revolution on the Cambodian people in the form of the Khmer Rouge, 13, 14-year-old gangsters who wore red bandanas. I guess they were his national security force with AK-47s. He unleashed a Khmer Rouge upon the Cambodian people. They arrested anybody with eyeglasses as being counter-revolutionary. All the teachers, all the social workers, all the engineers, all the doctors, all the lawyers, anyone who could read or write was arrested and put into slave labor camps. That is the country that saw a mountain of human skulls, 2 million skulls high. It was unleashed by a mild-mannered college professor named Pol Pot. I'll be right back.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
The country becoming a communist nation in this administration unless we stop Obama now. Unless we speak out, the 47 million of us who voted against this communist professor, unless we say no to his dictatorial tendencies, unless we say no to his executive orders right away, he is going to use absolute power on a daily basis, whether it is visible or invisible, whether it is by himself or by one of his minions. Unless we speak out forcefully, we have lost America. It will be over, not in 50 years, not in 40 years, not in 20 years, but in less than 2 years. They're leading us into a Cuban-style revolution.